Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Fani Nur Latifa, and today I would like to present my research proposal entitled Reading Difficulties and Problem-Solving Strategies Used by Grade 8 Students at MTS NW Johar Pelita in Understanding English Text. Let me start from the background of the study. So, reading comprehension is very important in learning English. Students need reading skills to understand text, get information, and support other English skills. Ideally, students should be able to find the main idea, understand vocabulary, make inferences, and identify references. However, in real classroom situations, many junior high school students still have difficulties in reading English text. They often cannot find the main idea, misunderstand references, and have problems with vocabulary and inference. Because of this, students usually read word by word without fully understanding the text. These reading difficulties happen for several reasons. Many students have limited vocabulary and do not know effective reading strategies. When they face difficulties, they often translate word by word or wait for the teacher's explanation. This shows that students are not yet independent readers. Next is the research gap. Some previous studies have discussed reading difficulties and teachers' strategies in teaching reading. However, there are still limited studies that focus on how students themselves solve their reading problems. Students' problem-solving strategies in reading need to be explored further. Next is the research problems. Based on the background of the study focuses on two main problems. The first is many students still face difficulties in understanding English text, and the second is students don't always use effective strategies to solve their reading problems. Next is about the research questions. So this study is guided by two research questions. The first question is about the reading difficulties faced by students, and the second question is about the problem-solving strategies used by students to overcome those difficulties. Next, research objectives. So the objectives of this research are: the first is to identify students' reading difficulties in understanding English text, and the second is to find out the problem-solving strategies used by students to overcome those difficulties. Next slide is about the key terms. So in this study, reading difficulties refer to problem in understanding, main idea, vocabulary, inference, references, and details. And then the problem-solving strategies are the effort used by students to solve reading problems such as rereading, using dictionaries, or asking others. And then the junior high school students refer to 8th grade students, and English texts are the texts used in the English classroom. Okay, let's move to the chapter 2. It's about the review of related literature. The first is about the literature of reading difficulties. So, reading difficulties are common challenges that students face when trying to understand English text. According to Fahamza, students often struggle with identifying the main idea, understanding references, and making inferences. Vigraha adds the limited vocabulary and lack of background knowledge are important factors that cause reading problems. Furthermore, Hafidah and Abdullah highlight that vocabulary limitations and low motivations are also significant issues affecting students' reading comprehension. Next is about the literature of problem-solving strategies. According to Oxford, learning strategies help make learning easier, faster, and more effective. In the context of reading, students apply problem-solving strategies to overcome difficulties and improve comprehension. Hafidah and Abdullah found that students often use tools such as dictionaries, Google Translate, or ask teachers for help when they encounter problems and understanding text. Additionally, Muhassin showed that applying the fix-up strategy can effectively improve students' reading comprehension. Next slide is about the theoretical framework. So the theoretical framework of this study explains the relationship between reading difficulties and problem-solving strategies in students' reading comprehension. Reading difficulties such as problem in identifying the main idea, understanding references, making inferences, and dealing with difficult vocabulary can significantly affect students' ability to comprehend English text. So to overcome those difficulties, students use various problem-solving strategies, including using dictionaries, asking teachers or friends, skimming, scanning, or applying the picks-up strategy. This framework is based on the theories of Greb and Stoller 2002, who emphasize the complexity of reading comprehension, and Oxford 1990, who highlights the role of learning strategies in facilitating understanding. The study focuses on identifying the types of reading difficulties students face and exploring the strategies they use to solve those problems. Okay, let's move to the chapter 3. The first is about the research design. So in this research used a mixed method design, quantitative and qualitative. The quantitative data are collected through a reading comprehension test to identify students' reading difficulties, and the qualitative data are collected through classroom observation and interviews to explore students' problem-solving strategies. Next is the population and sample. So the population of this research is all 8th grade students of MTS and Wejahara Pelita, and the sample consists of 8 to 15 students selected using pervasive sampling. This number is suitable because this study focuses on in-depth data, especially student strategies. The next slide is about the data collection method. So this research uses 3 data collection methods. They are reading tests, classroom observation, and interviews. Each method supports the mixed method design of this study. Next is the research instrument. The instruments used in this research are a reading comprehension test, an observation checklist, and an interview guide. These instruments are used to collect both quantitative and qualitative data. Okay, the next slide is about the data analysis. So, quantitative data from the reading test are analyzed using percentages to find the most difficult reading aspect, and the qualitative data from the observation and interviews are analyzed descriptively by grouping the data into themes. And then finally, both data are combined to get a complete understanding of the research findings. The last one is about the conclusion. So in conclusion, this study focuses on students' reading difficulties and their problem-solving strategies. By exploring students' perspectives, this research is expected to give a clearer understanding of reading problems in junior high school. So I think enough. That's all from me. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.